Day 13. Being a first-time business owner, you really have to learn a lot fast. So, for example, you got to do your taxes for the first time. Oh, learning how to properly document paying people, like payees in your company. That's a process. Like a lot of companies use QuickBooks or other softwares out there, but I'm really trying to work with First Trust and their online banking, as well as Priorities. So just trying to get used to like how I'm gonna pay people. Like it's not just like, oh, you Venmo, one of your employees. It's not how that works. You have to like document it appropriately so that it's automated and they're getting X percentage of whatever residual is being paid out to them monthly. So, it's just like it's another system you have to learn how to build as an entrepreneur. So, a lot of upfront work to like get the ball rolling, and then once the ball is rolling, you can keep going and get better and better at it. As far as Slef Shreds goes, today I woke up at 232.6, which was up from yesterday. Um, I think that's because yesterday I didn't burn a whole lot of calories. I had my workout cut short because I forgot about a meeting, unfortunately. That was a very important meeting to get to, um, that I really needed to get to. So I had my mom drive to meet me like 2 miles into my run to pick me up and then drive me back so I wasn't late for the meeting. Uh, that was great. And it is a gorgeous day in West Palm Beach. It's probably like 60 degrees, so a little on the colder side. And I will definitely be taking a run to just kind of kickstart the fat burning. I haven't eaten anything today, and it's 10:35 in the morning. I had like a black coffee, and that's it. So the plan for the day is to crush a workout at some point, get good cardio in, stay on the diet, um, monitor how I'm feeling, like what my energy levels are, my level of hunger throughout the day, and see if there's anything I can do to optimize it. Um, Things that are working well right now, basically just whenever I'm hungry, I have enough food to eat, so I'll eat like a protein bar or a yogurt, or I've been having omelets in the mornings, with or without carbs. Like before this, I would usually do like at least two slices of bread or a bagel, and I'm not saying that contributed to like a lot of the weight gain, but it certainly didn't help. So just kind of lowering carbs has been, again, it just sounds so cliche. Everyone says this, like just lower the amount of carbs you have, but really like it's not just about lowering the carbs, it's about eating the right carbs in the first place and at the right time. So, for example, if I'm just putzing around the house with my family in the morning, slow wake up, like I don't need to wake up and eat. Historically, I would. I'd get up, make myself a nice breakfast with the fam, whether it's like a bagel with cream cheese and lox and eggs and all this stuff, orange juice, just to kind of sit around and maybe or maybe not go to the gym. It's at this point in the game, it's not the move. So now it's just pretty much fasted. And then if I know I'm going to work out, I'll eat a pre-workout meal or a snack, lean towards a meal, as I've said before, and work out, eat, and then try to resist like eating again. But if I get hungry again, maybe I'll eat again. So anyway, it's been a lot of like toggling back and forth. Should I eat now? Should I not? We're going to run. We're going to lift. We're going to do hard things. And I feel good. One of my goals right now is, so like it's day 13 and I'm down roughly 9.5 pounds, which is extremely aggressive. So what I want to do is I kind of wanted to like deplete myself initially of water and fat and glycogen and just grossness. So I kind of got, I think I'm feeling, as I start to feel lighter, I'm starting to feel healthier and more like natural in a way. So now that I'm more comfortable, like luckily for me, it was only a couple of pounds to make me like feel significantly lighter and leaner and see a difference in the mirror. Um, so now that I'm there, I'm going to be even more strategic about the diet and work on things like making sure I'm getting in all the calories and doing more exact amounts of cardio and exercise, and continuing to push myself and watch my strength, because if my strength starts going way down and I'm flat in the gym and I don't have enough carbs in me to get a pump, it's not going to go well. I'm not going to be able to handle that for another 87 days. So slowly ticking down the calories has been, I mean, I wasn't going slow initially at all, but now I'm going to slow it up a little bit. I may have a cheat day or two when I get under a certain weight, which I have in my head, which I don't want to say, but 228. Um, so, so basically, to make a long story short, when I'm under 228 and I don't think I'm going to creep up higher than that, I'll have a cheat meal. If I'm under 228 and I think a cheat meal will throw me to 232, I'm going to get upset and I'm not going to be happy with it. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have to get on the scale for a couple days and see that the number's up, and it's just going to be bad. So you want to set yourself up for success when you're dieting, because it's a mind game, right? It's a mind game. And lucky for me, I made this ridiculous, I'm going to shred for 100 days, and I think we're going to turn this into a fundraiser. So I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but I'm excited by the idea of giving away money to a cause that I think that people would be interested in giving to. That's important to me. And so anyway, creating the challenge has been easy. You know, it's like, all right, I'm going to do this for 100 days, period, the end. Track my food. I'm on day 13. Like, I'll finish. I'm not really worried about that. And that's because I set a goal for myself that I know I could do. It's like I didn't say I'm going to lose 25 pounds, I'm going to lose 40 pounds, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, because I don't want to get myself caught up in that. I know that I like to work out every day, and I could have been better at tracking my food, and I would look better and feel better, and my health metrics would be better. So it was as simple as, okay, I'm going to do calorie counting and strength training and cardio and document my progress and share what I've learned and share what I know with the world for 100 days. And if you find any value in it, great. I think ultimately this is also, biased. I'm 26 years old. I'm healthy. I'm able-bodied. I have 4 limbs. I don't have any pre-existing conditions that are really weighing me down. But I have things in my life that come up, like I stay busy with work and stuff because I'm building a company, and that can take away from this whole exercise regimen. And I enjoy going out and having a few drinks with friends and eating great food. I come from a family who likes to eat, and food has always been in abundance around me, both in the house or if we go out. And, it's a great thing if you're just hanging out at a nice body weight, but if you're overweight and you feel gross and disgusting about yourself like I was, it's not a great thing. So I think part of the journey with any goal someone has is just evaluation of your goals in the beginning and reevaluation throughout, and constantly making sure you're living up to your own expectations, because this isn't about anyone else, it's about me. But it's not even about me, because I'm doing this to prove to myself that I could do it, but not for myself. I'm doing it because I want to set a good example for people around me so that they're more likely to be healthy and live a happy, healthy life. So I'm doing it because I know how to do it, because I'm doing it because I think I can do it well, and I think I can inspire people. And I learned that really on in this cut. I got a couple of messages from people saying hey, I'm eating healthier, I'm going to the gym, you've inspired me to go work out. And that was crazy to me, because I had never really wanted to inspire people or expected to. So now that it's kind of just happening, I'm like, well, that's sweet. That's sweet. that's pretty much the whole goal here. So, doing well. Not much else to report here. Hopefully we'll get some disgusting lifts in soon, and PRs. I almost PR'd on the deadlift the other day, but I failed. I almost PR'd on the shoulder press the other day as well, but I also failed. So, for me, I'm not the type of guy to go crazy when I don't hit a particular weight goal in the gym. Like, okay, I didn't hit it, whatever. I don't really care. But there are other things that drive me that I'll talk about later in the cut. I'm just kind of withholding them for now because it's not the best time. But there are other things that drive me to go really hard in the gym. And perhaps there is something inside of you that will drive you as hard as it drives me when you need to be driven. So we'll cut it there. All right, we're back. The run really took it out of me. I did 5.65 miles, averaged like Birdie's freaking out. I was running at 11 and a half minutes a mile on average, and the first 4 miles were solid, and then the last mile and a half was horrible. So I guess a little explanation on why I like running. I think that it's overall better as far as cognitive enhancement goes than weightlifting. Like weightlifting, you could really kind of take your time and do slow sets, but you're not going to get a crazy high heart rate for, X amount of time. So as far as clearing your mind goes, I think cardio is good. If you don't have any underlying ankle injuries or knee injuries or hip injuries, I think it's a valid form of cardio. If you do, there's alternatives like the Stairmaster, an elliptical, a bike, swimming, etc. But that's all I got from that. I like to push myself every now and then, do a little bit more than I can handle. So like for me, 3 miles would be the sweet spot, but I'm not really pushing myself if I go run 3 miles because I don't run very fast. So if I do 3 miles, I'll feel really good afterwards. So today I was like, all right, I'm going to go around this loop where my parents live, which is about 6 miles. Yeah, again, the last 1.5 miles was hard, but it kind of makes it all worth it because that's what you should do every now and then, like push yourself to do something that's challenging, but not that's going to harm you or injure you or risk injury. So a 1.5 mile increase from an average is like for me doable. For some other people that might be a half a mile. But yeah, totally took it out of me. I came back and just virtually collapsed for like 2 hours, did nothing, did no work. So if you're going to go out and run in the heat and you're new to this or you're seasoned, it's always good to keep in mind that you're going to have that after effect where you're just like exhausted, like you did a HIIT workout. Okay. Now this is going to be a yummy little cheat meal, isn't it? Got some stone crabs, and we're cracking them. We're cracking the stone crabs with a ridiculous contraption. Dad, show us how it's done.
I try to keep it very confined because I don't want anything to fall on the floor. Put this over, look for birdie. And we're off to the races.
Nice. What up? Today is day 14. I literally, every single day I forget, and I am now going to my phone and checking. Yeah, today's day 14. It is 1:33 p.m. and I'm chilling with Ruff. Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Good girl. Okay, I'm chilling with Ruff. I have a meeting at 3 p.m. To speak to a radiologist who owns multiple practices in the area, and he's an entrepreneur, so can't be late for that meeting. So I have an hour and a half to do something. I think I'm gonna go to the pool and get some laps in, but I'm also considering just going to the gym. So it will probably be a last minute decision, a game day decision, and we'll see how it goes. But feeling pretty good. Yesterday was the first like cheat day. Yesterday was the first cheat meal I had. Um, I just had stone crabs with my family because I love stone crabs, and I didn't want to deprive myself of that. It's literally 100% protein. There was some like mustard dipping sauce that's phenomenal, off the charts. Had some of that, and just kind of like kept everything else a little low, or I guess total calories higher that I did not eat. So I woke up today at 230.5, which is pretty exciting because I started this at like 241.2 or something. So I'm down like 11 pounds in 2 weeks, which is extremely aggressive. But, you know, we're here, we're doing it. I'm having fun. I feel good. I don't feel super depleted. I feel energized and I have good strength. I mean, if I was getting cues left and right that like I'm going too fast, I'd slow down, but I'm not getting those cues. So people who attempt 100-day challenge, just keep in mind like you don't have to go as fast as me. Like I have a little bit of a better understanding than most people in terms of like cues because I'm in medical school and I'm dealing with patients who are sick and it's my job to interpret what they're looking like on a bed, or in an office setting. So I feel like I know maybe a little bit more than the average Joe, but not a whole lot more. But I don't have rhabdo. My urine isn't red. I don't have muscle aches all over. I'm not exhausted when I wake up. What else would be an issue that I'd see? I'm not having any muscle spasms. The weight staying the same in the gym. So overall, just good stuff. What else? We batched out a ridiculous amount of content over the past couple of days for Sleft, some of which is getting posted in the next few days, some of which will be kind of a long-term content strategy for us. But we're definitely getting better at it, and it's kind of been interesting going over like podcasts and videos that you're recording with your team, in which case it's just my dad and I here for now. That's, not the whole team, but that's a big part of the team. Because when you hear yourself speaking and you're reviewing it over and over again and there's a purpose for the copy, you almost kind of get better at writing copy by not writing it but just speaking. Like, for example, the amount of times we've said stop paying, get paid, and broken it down and explained the value prop probably can't be overemphasized, but nevertheless, it's kind of the same information over and over again. So, like, I'm okay with repeating that over and over again, but, like, there's more to the story, and there's more stories to tell. So, listening to, like, long-form content and being the person writing it for a specific purpose is, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's honestly just a skill that I never thought I would get into, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's fun. So, and the tech is really cool. I love playing with microphones, and video editing is getting a little more fun because I'm getting more proficient at it. And I love the ZV-E10. So, yeah, it's been a great journey so far. Honestly, you got to just enjoy the journey. At the end of the day, like, the goal is to build Sleft as big as possible. Right now, we're grassroots, but it is still kind of fun in the beginning stages, just like not really having a following, blasting ridiculous things out all over the place, and seeing like what sticks. Just it seems crazy, but we're just building so many different things right now that it's like, who knows what's gonna work? We'll see. Anyway, I'll keep it short, which I never do, but I'll try to now. 230.5, day 14, March 22nd. Later. Day 22 of the 100-day Sleft Shreds Challenge. Yeah, so I figured in the beginning of this I had a lot of glycogen hanging around. Didn't feel too depleted. Today feels different. I'm, holding 230 steady on like this tripod. I'm eating like 2,700 calories a day, which is low for me. Um, and I don't want to drop my metabolism all the way down. Instead, I want to like keep my metabolism high by eating as much food as I can. Um, yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to drop the calories. I think I'll wait maybe like 2 days, try to get some good sleep, try to get some good bowel movements. So just make sure everything's doing its job. And then if I feel like my weight's truly 230 and not budging, I'll make a change. And the change is either going to be lower the calories, increase the cardio, or the third thing that I would change, honestly, is just like monitoring how much activity I get throughout the day. So, for example, when your body's in a calorie deficit, you tend to do a lot of things slower. You'll blink slower. You will sit down more than you would stand up. Your muscles will fasciculate and shake less throughout the day because they don't have as much sustained energy to kind of do that. So, for me, it's like, I mean, I'm still 230 pounds, 6'1", so I still am like overweight. But, uh, someone who's in a dieting phase in a bodybuilding competition, they may only work out during their cardio interval and their strength training interval and not move the rest of the day because their body's just so exhausted and so depleted. I'm not there yet. So the third thing I would do is just kind of walk around more, try to take more steps throughout the day, try to take the stairs more throughout the day, as opposed to like elevators, because I'm in a hospital, so there's a lot of opportunities to either take the elevator or take the stairs. Usually I take the stairs, sometimes I take the elevator. Um, so that's kind of the plan. And then I also want to take a look at my split and see kind of what I'm doing, because I have this bad tendency of just going in the gym and like being like, all right, let's hit back, let's hit shoulders, let's hit legs. What's been really, really nice about these last 22 days is I just go on my Instagram, see the workouts that I've been posting, and then see what's next. So it's been like, the split's been like legs, back and buys, chest, arms, shoulders, and some variation of that. It hasn't been crazy strict. Um, I've just kind of been doing what I feel is right, because when I feel like when I etch something in stone as far as like a workout program goes, I just feel like it becomes homework. I feel like I don't like it. I dread the exercise. I dread going to the gym, and I've been trying to figure out if I want to like create a philosophy for this whole endeavor that I'm doing, or if it's just for fun. But I think the philosophy is to just like learn how to listen to your body ultimately. And so, um, I would recommend, if you're new to the gym, or if you're seasoned, just listen to your body. I mean, there are plenty of bodybuilders that follow extremely strict exercise regimens. There are plenty of successful bodybuilders whose goal is to be as in shape as possible for bread, for money, to make a living, uh, who go in the gym and just do what they feel like doing. Jay Cutler's a great example, four-time Mr. Olympia. Um, so I don't think there's any like strict, oh, you have to do this split, you have to do the Arnold split, 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, back, push day, push pull legs. There's so many different splits out there. Um, and I think it's just adherence ultimately, and making sure you're getting that frequency and repetition range in. I'm not going to pull up studies. I don't really want to search PubMed up. I'm not trying to make this a really academic endeavor of mine. Um, Instead, I'd rather just kind of shed light on things that are working for me candidly, like anecdotally. Um, so that's it. 230. I feel like I look okay. I don't feel lean. I feel like I have like a lot more weight to lose. So now it's a very interesting. It's good. Now it's going to become very interesting because I can see all of my muscles potentially downsizing if I do this raw. So what I'm not going to do is not hit my protein goals every day, not hit at least 80% of my fat goals every day. And then if I can manage to get away with fewer carbs throughout the day, I will. And I won't overeat. So that's just kind of what I'm doing. Um, what's good, everyone? This is Grant. It's day 28. I weigh 228.2 pounds. I did a grocery haul and I figured I'd kind of share it because I know some people are interested in like what I'm eating as far as the cut goes. I'm down about, I don't know, 13-ish pounds. So feeling good, feeling a little depleted and flat in the gym. So those are like terms that bodybuilders use, which really just means low energy. And because I'm not eating as many carbs, the glycogen throughout my muscles is diminished. And so the reserve that I otherwise would have with a bunch of glycogen hanging around isn't really there. So that plays a part in the beginning as well as the end of the workout, as far as energy expenditure goes. And there's a whole science on that, which I should honestly brush up on. Whether you're talking about like keto or lipolysis or other types of lysises where you're breaking down energy, it's all good stuff. I'll probably brush up on it and speak more eloquently about it in a future date. But in any event, today I'll be showing you what I'm eating to go low cal, and the calories right now are 2,500 calories. So calories are broken down into proteins, carbs, and fats. Where are we at here? So I'm eating 2,530 calories, 180 grams of carbs, 90 grams of fat, 250 grams of protein. So the way I kind of think about that is I weighed like 241 in the beginning of the cut. So you want to eat your body weight in grams of protein. So that would have been 241 grams of protein. Now I'm obviously lighter, but I still want to keep the protein high. So I'm eating a little over 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, 250 grams of protein. And then carbohydrates are decent for energy, like surrounding the workouts, but otherwise aren't super important from the perspective of looking to lose body fat quickly, but also consciously, and not overeat, basically. So I mean, I could, on a given day without counting calories, I can probably get to like 600 or 700 grams of carbs, maybe even 2,000. I actually don't really know. But right now, 180 grams of carbs, 90 grams of fat. Now, if you're not enhanced or if you're not taking steroids, which I don't, you don't want to go too low on the fats, because fats actually help you create steroid hormones such as testosterone and estrogen. And so 90 grams of fat for now is a sweet spot for me. It's not a crazy amount of fats. It's not too few. Fats also make you feel fuller throughout the day and when you eat them, so you can have like a proteinaceous, carbohydrate-rich meal with no fats and not feel super satiated. And so 90 grams of fat is really not that high or low. It's like a good starting spot if you're kind of new to counting calories. It was 100 a few days ago. I dropped it down a little bit. And that's pretty much it. So organic ground beef, 93.7 going on here. Let's see if I can get a nice little, maybe my camera's good enough for that. Cool. So I've just been sucking these down low-key for dinner, and it's great. So it's 4 ounces, 4 servings. I do all the serving sizes in here in 1 serving. So that comes out to 100 grams of protein and 40 grams of fat. There's 32 grams of fat and 0 grams of carbs. So there's 8 grams of fat in 1 serving. There's 25 grams of protein in 1 serving. You multiply that by 4, you have 100 grams of protein, 32 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs. Solid dinner. I also wanted to just try this. This was way too expensive. This was like $13, but bison. I have some friends who are in better shape than me who said bison is the move. It's $3 more for bison than it is for organic ground beef, but we'll be giving it a shot. Chicken breast, I mean, can't go wrong. I don't have enough fats going on in calories for thighs or skin on or bone in. I just don't want to deal. So chicken breast. It's simple. I like it. I can dress it up with a bunch of 0-calorie Sauces, organic buffalo wild sauce, wing sauce, decent, 20 calories in a tablespoon. I probably won't even count the calories. Love me some Chili Crunch Momofuku. Never had this brand. I've actually haven't. I've made this in the past, and it's delicious. And my friend showed me how to make that, and wow, chili oil is phenomenal. Then I got some hearts of romaine just for salad. I have experience with fake cheeses, plant-based cheddar style. I don't know if there's much to say about this as far as whether or not it's good for you. It's probably not good for you. It's fake food. It's like I can't buy into it fully. However, vegan, dairy-free cheese makes me feel better than normal cheese. I don't know why, and I also haven't tried it since 2020, but I like it. I feel good on it. That's all I can say about that. Then I saw these. They caught my eye. I was hungry. Mixed root vegetable fries. A little bit of that action going on, so we'll see if that's any good. And then, what did I get? 1, 2, 3 servings of this discounted herb turkey breast. So 2 slices. There's 3 per container, so 33 grams of protein, right, in between 2 slices of Dave's or something. That's just easy. I got unsweetened almond milk for protein shakes. And then I got lemons, onions, and avocados and mushrooms. So all in all, pretty uneventful shop. This ran me like $170, which is too much in my opinion. But that's life, I guess. And had some really interesting conversations with some guys today for Sleft. I had a conversation with an attorney who does estate planning, great guy. And I had a conversation with another guy who does sunglass marketing / wholesaling to other retailers. And he kind of does some business in Florida and Philly. Super interesting guy as well. So we're going to start talking about some ventures together, maybe working together in payment processing. And that's about it. I guess as an update in general for this day of the diet, I'm hungry throughout the day. I feel good overall. The gym pumps overall have been like kind of getting worse actually. So I think the only thing I can do right now is just work on my sleep. So I'm going to work on my sleep this week and try to go from like 6.5 hours to like 7.5 hours a night, ideally, maybe even 8 or 9 if I'm lucky, and just keep doing what I'm doing. So I'm also noticing that my body's getting used to getting used to higher energy expenditures and is therefore burning fewer calories over the course of a workout, which sucks, but that's how your body adapts to stressful environments. You get better, you expend less energy over time. And unfortunately, as a result of that, you have to go harder in the gym, and you're even more depleted because you're eating fewer calories. So that's the real challenge in the sport of bodybuilding. And then if anyone's just looking to diet for feeling better, being healthier in general, that's what you're up against. And so the question is, how do you then combat that with diet, exercise, sleep, hydration, all the other tools we have available to make us feel good in a phase where you're both lowering the calories and lowering the calorie intake and increasing the calorie expenditure. So I'm still learning how to do that. Candidly, I'm not very good at it yet, but I hope one day I will be. And I've learned some interesting tips along the way to kind of get better at it, and hopefully I can share them. I mean, off the bat, just eating a voluminous meal, eating something with a lot of volume. You can have a 250 calorie protein bar that's this big, or you could have all 3 of these heads of romaine in a bowl with peppers and onions and avocado and lemon and 2 chicken breasts, and probably eat, 4 to 5 times as much protein and not have virtually no carbs and very few fats. Because the hearts of romaine are nothing. This is air, and it makes you feel full. It's fiber. And then onions are low cal, peppers are low cal. You'll get fats from the avocado. Lemons are 0 cal. Throw in a sugar-free dressing. I mean, that's lunch. And then omelet in the morning with oatmeal or toast or nothing is better than a protein bar again. I don't know. I'm just in this phase of like anti-protein bars, fake powders. I use them every single day. I'm having a Quest protein bar or a Built protein bar or a David bar and a shake and protein chips and all that stuff. But like, this is where it's at. So if you can just be cognizant of like what percentage you're running with like fake protein versus real protein, I think you'll be in better shape. Your body will respond better to it. You'll feel better. You'll also feel more full, which was originally what I was trying to say here before I got off track. And so eating like natural foods, they're larger, so they fill your stomach up more. And there are receptors in your stomach that detect stretching, which make you feel full. Why not take advantage of that homeostatic mechanism we all have? Okay? So that's it. Time to eat. It's getting late. I have work to do. Peace. All right, we are back. I'm stirring vegetables in the kitchen, as you can see. I've been using this brand at Costco for the last month or so. That's what they look like. Boom. They're like char grilled. Here, I put it in the trash, but for the viewership purposes, that's what we're working with here. And they are excellent. I don't have to cut up anything, and this makes me feel pretty full. So I'm just gonna whip these up, and then they look just about done. So they're gonna be going into this bowl, which will serve the purpose of just holding them. And then I'm going to put this entire slab of beef in here, throw together a romaine salad with it, and call it a night. This isn't rocket science here, folks. It's just, modifying your diet to obtain a goal, whether it's to get leaner, to feel better, to be more confident in the way you look. If you have an underlying health condition like diabetes or high blood pressure or a chronic condition, watching your diet's helpful. Certainly there's people with dietary allergies and issues like celiac or gluten-free, lactose intolerant, people who have issues taking down certain types of food, have to be on a modified diet because of high blood pressure where they have to eat low salt, or you're trying to watch your fats because you have high cholesterol. There's something to learn. There's always something to learn with the food we eat. It's not just, eat whatever you can and call it a day. Like, you have to actually know what you're eating here. To be the healthiest version of yourself. So if you want to teach yourself the tools, you learn the tools, and that's really all you got to do. The rest will fall into place. Just teach yourself basic dietary principles, basic nutrition, what to eat, what not to eat, when to eat it, how to work out in a gym. If that's not your thing, how to do other things more regularly, like take a walk outside, play volleyball, play soccer, play tennis, play pickleball, play hockey, whatever it is you do, keeping in the back of your mind that those types of physical activity hobbies should be more than hobbies. They should be daily routines. And then you can just start stacking daily routines. Like, start doing something every single day. And then after a while, it's like, all right, like, this makes me feel good. I'm going to keep doing this. I know this is going to better me. Go to the gym again the next day. Go to the gym again the next day. And, you start making friends, start hanging out with people, having interesting conversations, working on ways to network and increase your productivity or whatever your goal is, whether you're someone looking to get into medical school and you're trying to talk to doctors. I just ran into a dermatologist in the gym, you know. I'm not applying dermatology, but he was like, yeah, we take kids. And I was like, great. Like, I'm happy I said something. Would be nice if I was going into derm. Can you look at my athlete's foot? So yeah, he was a great guy. But yeah, you just meet people like at the gym, and I feel like as an entrepreneur, sometimes I get in this trap of like, all right, I'm going to sit down on my computer and just grind. I'm going to work on an email marketing campaign. I'm going to work on content for Celeste's Instagram. I'm going to work on copy. I'm going to work on networking. Some of the biggest high ROI things you can honestly do with your time, in my opinion, is just getting out and talking to people, getting reps in, putting up more shots on goal in person. Like that's how business is done. You know, I'm pretty new to the game, and I don't know. Maybe I'll be successful. Maybe I won't. I don't think that I won't be because I don't have the desire to stop anytime soon. So I think I'll be successful. And one thing I've learned in the past 7 months is just like, you gotta go out and meet people. You gotta knock on the doors because life-changing doors won't open themselves. So you gotta just get out there and do it. And you'll honestly just pick up a big spoon and eat as an entrepreneur for a while. And you'll probably get 99 no's, 99 rejections for every one yes. But that is the game we are playing. The salad's almost done. I think I'm going to put buffalo sauce in it, which is an unbelievable call. And I don't really care if you judge me for it. So it's going to be a buffalo sauce salad. Ground beef is looking like it's done. Salad, the vegetables, the ground beef, we're done. Good night.